Peace was good. You guys read the title. You guys know what I want to talk about. First things first. Rest in peace, Guru, aka Ballhead Slick, aka Keith Edward Elam, aka Gifted Unlimited Rhymes Universal. Definitely one of my top favorite MCs of all time. His lyricism, and mostly his voice. You know what I mean, like his monotone voice. Is what made him unique and made him stand out from a lot of MCs, especially MCs nowadays and MCs back in the day. Um, but I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I kind of feel like he needs more exposure, kind of like how Biggie and Tupac gets that all that exposure. I kind of feel like Guru deserves that too because I feel like he's just as relevant as Biggie and Tupac, and that's nothing to take away from them. I respect all the work that they've done in the past, but I feel like Guru, he definitely deserves that recognition. I mean, all the shit that he's done for hip hop, and it's like I kind of feel like the masses don't really respect Guru. You know what I mean? Because I guess because he didn't make the kind of music that they made. You know what I mean? Like the party songs, like the crossover songs, but as well as the gangster tracks. Guru was like more on the conscious tip. You know what I mean? But it wasn't corny. It was still, still street, but it was conscious at the same time. And like I said, his voice is what made him stand out. But as long as people, know the deal, know the drill, keep bumping his music, keep wearing the shirts, just keep posting his songs on Facebook, all that good stuff. Rest in peace, Guru. We love you. We miss you. And fuck Soulja, by the way. He's gonna get his. Next person I want to talk about is Dick Clark. Rest in peace, Dick Clark. He passed away a couple of nights ago. He died of a heart attack. For those who know who Dick Clark is, he's a key person in the music industry. He's known for the TV show American Bandstand, where he would break out new artists. He broke out new artists, like breaking new artists to national exposure. He broke out artists like Smokey Robinson, and the Miracles, his group, Tina Turner, Ike Turner, Stevie Wonder, Simon and Garfunkel, to name a few. People of that, in that era. You know what I mean? And then also he was also known for a show called The Pyramid Show. It's a game show that they did. It's kind of like Jeopardy in a way, but kind of different in a way. I think like in certain episodes, I think in certain years it was called the 10,000 Pyramid Show. You had the 20,000 Pyramid Show, something like that. If you guys own the first Chronic album by Dr. Dre, they kind of pay homage to that song. I mean to that show. It was a skit called the 20 Sack Pyramid Show, something like that. If I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it was called. I remember it was called 20 Sack Pyramid. Yeah, it was a paying homage to that, and he did a lot of other stuff like ABC, ABC News and stuff like that. So, rest in peace, Dick Clark. You're definitely influential in the music industry and in the entertainment business. Your legacy will live on. And finally, for the real reason I'm doing this video is the meat and potatoes about the Tupac hologram. My thoughts about it, I have mixed emotions, mixed feelings about it. It's a dope concept with the hologram, the concert and stuff like that. The intentions were good, but I kind of feel like it was kind of morbid in a way. Because the way I see it is that you guys are cashing in on somebody's death. You understand? It's like you're just trying to make money off somebody's misfortune, which is sad. Like somebody's demise, and I think that's kind of creepy. It's kind of morbid in a way. I'm not the only person that felt that way. Shout out to Sibo. I did a couple of reviews on his albums. He said the same thing. His words were I'm just paraphrasing what he said. He pretty much called them vultures, and like the same reason he said, like what I said about mooching off their death is what he's pretty much saying, like trying to make money off his death. And and then another thing too is like what kind of disturbed me too as well is that they, because of the success of that concert, they want to do a national tour on this shit. I think it was like a national. They want him to do a tour. I don't know if it's worldwide or just nationwide, but that disturbed me too because it goes back to my original point that you're just cashing in off Tupac's death, and I think that's wrong. It's morbid. Yeah, granted, you guys gonna say, well, they're just trying to bring in new fans of Tupac, the new generation. I understand that, but and like I said, I understand the intent was good, but when you're trying to make a tour out of this shit, like come on, that's like I think that's a little bit too much in my opinion. Um, and no, I'm not a Tupac hater because I'm just saying that like I'm not the biggest Tupac fan, but I like his early stuff, his early material. Like I done a review on his first three albums, and I spoke, highly on those. Go check them in my reviews. You guys go look for them. If you check in the description box, it'll tell you the albums that I reviewed. But yeah, I just kind of feel like it's kind of cryptic. It's kind of morbid in a way. It's creepy. Like I said, Sibo said the same thing. He's saying like you guys are a bunch of vultures. For doing that. You're just cashing on the guy's death. And another beef I have too is with Tupac's posthumous albums. Reason being is because a lot of those albums are consist of songs that he did back in the mid 90s. My thing is like a lot of those songs don't contain the original beat. They doing like remixes, and to me that kind of kills the essence of the original song. Cause I guess they felt like those songs were like they felt real dated, and I could understand that, but I mean at the same time that's what made his music special. You know what I mean? That what he recorded at the time. You know what I mean? And they kind of take away the essence. I just think that they need to let the man rest in peace. You know what I mean? And another thing too, I read today. Well, I saw an interview with Sway, the Rap Flicks, I think it's called, the Rap Fix on MTV, that show they have. Um, they did an interview with Juvenile of Cash Money fame. Um, he asked them, because they asked their thoughts. Well, it was Juvenile and DJ Khaled, because they're both from New Orleans, and they were talking about Soulja Slim. Well, at first they asked about their thoughts about the Tupac Hologram concert, and there was like they respected, they liked it, they thought it was cool, it was a cool idea, and then Sway asked him about would you do something like that for Soulja Slim, and Juvenile was like, that's kind of a touchy subject, but pretty much he said like he would be down for it to I guess to put people on to Soulja Slim. He said it, like he compared Soulja Slim to Tupac and things of that nature. And again, like this whole hologram shit is going out of control. I mean, it shows you right there, like he's down to do something like that, and it's kind of like, come on, guys, like it's like I could see it becoming a big trend right now. It already is. Like I just explained it, and I'm just not a fan of that. I just think it might be a cool idea. I mean, to do it like every once in a blue moon, like probably like every 5 years or something of that nature. But I don't see that happening. I see that all these mainstream artists are gonna do the same thing. And I just hope that doesn't come, but I know it's gonna come. You know what I mean? But that's just my thoughts on that. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you guys think. You guys agree with me? You guys disagree with me? Post on the link. Dislike if you like. I don't really care, but be respectful. You know what I mean? Just don't be a dick. Talk about, oh fuck you, you're a Tupac hater. I just explained why. What I feel, the way I feel, and I know you guys gonna say, oh, if it was Biggie, you would do the same thing. I'm like, no, because I would feel the same way too. And I'm not the biggest Biggie fan either. Although I like his first album, I didn't really care for his Life After Death album and his posthumous albums. That's another thing too with Biggie too. Um, you know, his posthumous albums like Born Again and the duet, the final duets, the final chapter. Those albums I wasn't really digging because for one, again, going back to the Tupac posthumous albums, it's songs that he's done back in the past, but they just remixed the original songs and they just they remixed it to put new beats but kept the vocals. And another thing too that kind of bothers me about that too is that um they'll put like guest appearance that Biggie probably would have never, probably would have never rapped when if he was alive. You know what I mean? Just like crazy, just like crazy. Guest appearance. Like T.I., Eminem. Memphis Bleak. It's like I'm just giving an example. It's stuff like that, and it's like, come on, man. Like I just think you guys should just. I understand keep the legacy going, but just leave it alone. Let them guys rest in peace. You know what I mean? And give more exposure to people that actually passed away. I mean, well, that passed away back in the day. Give those people more exposure. You know what I mean? Like Easy E, Big L. Freaky Tah. Um, Killer Shah. Cats like that. Give them more exposure. You know what I mean? But that's not gonna happen because they didn't blow up. They're not successful because they're not in the limelight like the MCs that I mentioned. You know what I mean? But and that's not to take away anything from them. But but that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Peace. Have a good one.